23rd of January, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora. I'll be right back.
115B3. Where are we? Brian, what are we on?
I don't know.
I'm probably a few days behind, but 115B3, but I know that we're going back and forth in this one.
Yeah. You know, I don't think I was I at the last one? I don't remember.
The Gemara persists. Sound good?
I don't know.
Gemara forestalls.
Be back in a minute. I don't remember.
Good morning, Phil.
Good morning.
Okay, we're ready to go here.
We're still
Welcome
on
back, everybody.
150, still on Bava comma, right?
Yep,
Uh,
we're getting close to the end.
Page 115B3,
Oh, 118.
118.
118. 118A. All the way at the bottom of the page is where we are.
Oh, good morning, Phil.
Okay.
Good morning. How you doing?
rules?
Sure, it should.
Okay,
It's
here to go.
after the Mishnah or the Gemara rules?
Somebody want to help out? We're on Kuf Yud Ches Amid Aleph, and we are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lines from the bottom of the Amud. Shmuel Omar.
Hmm.
You're in the Gemara or what?
Yes, that's the Gemara.
Alan, it's on 118A4, 118A4. All right, on the left-hand column, the bottom there, a dissenting view. A dissenting view, but Shmuel says, Yishmael Omer. 118A4. At the bottom of the left-hand column. Last paragraph. All right.
Fourth,
Okay.
Your fourth opinion?
Second opinion.
The second.
No. You're on a dissenting view. On the right, on the left.
Oh, it says a dissenting view. I wonder why it calls Shmuel a dissenting view. There's four opinions.
Anyway, this is.
And they're not dissenting about anything anyway. They're just explaining they just have different ways of explaining the Mishnah. I don't think there's any nafkamina lalacha between any of the ways that they're explaining. At least I don't see a I think everybody says ladas minyan. Oh, actually, yeah, no, there is. Oh, there is a machlokes over here. We're gonna see. Okay, fine.
118A4, a dissenting view.
Yeah,
Shmuel
Because that's the
says,
second.
read,
That's the
please.
second.
Ushmuel Omer.
Right.
But
Good.
Shmuel says, Bain Ladas, Bain Shalo Ladas. Whether the article was stolen with the owner's awareness or without his awareness, Minyan Poter, his counting of his possessions exempts him exempts the thief from liability. Vihi Kotone Umonu V'chi Lemor Portor. And according to this approach, when the Mishnah states, and he counted the flock and found it was complete, the thief is exempt. Achilor, he refers to the entire Mishnah. The third opinion, Rabbi
One second.
Okay.
Let's digest this second opinion over here and see how it dissents from the opinion of Rav. So in other words, Rav said that this statement in the Mishnah when it says Monu esatov hishlema Potter, if the owner counted the sheep and he found the count to be full, complete count, there's no sheep is missing over there, so that will be a patur for the ganav, for the Goslin. That'll exempt him, even though he did not inform the owner that he is returning the animal that he stole. So that's the view of Shmuel.
Gonna get
Not
this
like
phone.
okay. So that's that. So there's a machlokes between Rav and Shmuel. What this counting, which case it applies to? According to Rav, it only applies to the case where the owner did not know that the animal was stolen altogether. It was not a gezela gemura. But according to Shmuel, it applies in both the seifa and also in the reisha, to both cases. Even if the owner knew that the ganav, the goslin, had stolen the animal from the flock, nevertheless, if the animal is returned, and now he makes a count of the flock, and the flock is complete, so that will be enough to exempt the thief if something happens to the animal after that. So that's a machlokes between Rav and Shmuel. And we have a Rashi over here. Ushmuel Omar.
Shmuel Omar. More looks like it's more of the whole. It's going very yes. Shmuel Omar. Bain Ladat Ubain Shloda. Whether he knew or didn't know. Minyan Patar. If he counts it, he would be Patar. The Chi Katani Hinsor Mano Et Hatson Akula. That he on all of it. He that it's taught that this is about counting on all of it. When you count the throne, it's on all of it. Bein Yada, Bein Shalo, whether he knew or didn't know. V'hachi mashma, and this is what the meaning of in the Mishnah. Agonev Tele, he stole this lamb or sheep, and the Reisha, in the first part, is Shahakiro bone, where he knows about it. Habon, the Bali know about it. The Yodu, and they knew Shenignava, that they knew that it was stolen from him. Kai, and this goes that Mikatani we taught in the Sefer Lo Yadat, that he didn't know Miklal at all. The Reisha biyado, the Reisha he knew the Chaziro, and he returned it. Who mate, and he then mate, and then it died. He'd be chayiv. He'd be chayiv that he'd have to make good for it again. And also lo yada, if he didn't know about the theft, the Chaziro was returned. Nami also he'd be chayiv. According to he'd be chayiv both ways. Aval monu at its own, but in the case where the flock he did a count of the flock, he shlema, and it's now complete, he'd be putter. He would be putter either way. Bain ratio between the first part, the Yodol that he knows, and the second part, the leader. So that's what he's saying. The difference in the ratio and the safer is whether you knew or you didn't know. But the question is the count. It's kind of like the count gets him off the hook either way, and if he didn't have the count, he wouldn't be. He'd be chayiv either way.
If he makes we said that Rav holds that if he makes a proper chazor and he informs the guy that he stole it, so then he certainly the first thief is off the hook. This Rashi was a little bit going in and out over here. Let's take a look at this Rashi again. For some reason, the Dibra Maslow quotes the whole statement of Shmuel. It's very unusual. I don't know why they wanted to do that, but in any case, why wouldn't it have been enough to just say Shmuel Amar B'chule? But at any rate, so this is what Shmuel says. Whether the Bein Ladat refers to the owner, whether the owner knew that it was stolen, whether he realized that it was stolen, Bein Shalo Ladat, whether he did not know or realize that the animal was stolen from him, Minyan Poter. If at the end of the day he makes a counting of his flock and he finds the flock is full, so that minyan that he made will exempt the first thief. Obviously, the second thief is not exempt. He didn't return it. In the scenario of the Mishnah, the first thief is the one that returns the animal, not the second one. The issue is whether the first thief who returned it is going to be liable for the fact that the second thief stole the animal. Is he still on the hook? Is it still in his legal domain, such that if it's stolen from him or it dies, then he'll be responsible to the owner? So we're saying that no, when according to Shmuel, at the point that the owner makes his minyan of the flock and he finds that there's no animals missing, that minyan itself that the owner made is an exemption for the first thief, even if he did not tell the owner that the animal has been returned. And this that it says in the Mishnah, it says umanu esatzon ushleima hi patur. Those words that he makes the count and he finds the count is full, there's an exemption that goes on both the Reisha and the Seifa, according to Shmuel. Rav doesn't agree. Rav says it only goes on the Seifa, it does not go on the Reisha. But what else is it that Rashi says over here? Rashi's got an awful lot of words over here. What is Rashi's issue over here that he's trying to explain? It's not clear to me. Bein yodu, bein shelo yodu, whether he knows about it, whether he doesn't know about it, first to the owner. V'hoki mashma masnisin, and this is apparent from the language of the Mishnah. It says, Dehagonev tle de Reisha. I'm reading the improved version from the Oz V'Hadar. The one who stole the animal in the Reisha, B'shehekiru, when the Shehekiru bo habaylim, that's when the owner realized that his animal was stolen by somebody. V'yodu shenigdava mihen koi. Midiktani Seifa, from the fact that it says in the Seifa, in other words, it's mashma from the Mishnah that the case of the Reisha is talking that the owner knew that the animal was stolen. How do we know that? It doesn't say so in the Reisha. All it says in the Reisha is Agonev Tle Mina Eder Vehek Zero. Doesn't say whether he told him, he didn't tell him. Doesn't say whether the owner knew about it, whether he didn't know about it. Doesn't say anything at all in the Reisha. But Rashi says it's mashma that the Reisha is talking about where the owner did know that it was stolen from him. How do we know that? Rashi says because midiktani seifa, because it says explicitly in the seifa lo yodu. It said that it says lo yodu bailim, lo b'gnei vaso, lo b'chazaraso. The bailim didn't know anything. He didn't know that that it was stolen. He didn't know that it was given back. He didn't know anything. If that's what it says in the seifa, so Rashi says that implies that in the Reisha, where it doesn't say that the owner did know that it was stolen. B'chlal the Reisha biyodu, that he did know that it was stolen. Now the heck zero, and when the first thief returns it, umeis, and then the animal dies after he returned it, chayav b'akriyuso. The first thief, the only thief in that case, because the animal died, is chayav, even though he made a return. Okay. And Shmuel will agree to that, because we're not talking that there was a minion that was made. V'kein lo yodu b'gneivaso u'b'chaziraso nami chayav. And similarly, if he didn't know that it was stolen, nor that it was returned, the first thief will also be chayav.
If the owner counted, and he knew that the one was stolen, but when he counted,
no, we're not talking about that case. That's not the case we're talking about. We're talking about that. One second with that question. You want to know what happens if he counted and he sees that an animal is missing? Then we're not talking about that case.
No. I was going to say something else. It's all right. Leave it for now.
About monu esatzon. But if the owner counted the flock, v'hi shlema, and the amount that he counts is the full number of the flock that he has. So now he's made a count, and the flock is full. So then, in that case, even the thief is patur bein reisha de yadu, whether in regard to the reisha, where the owner knew that the thief stole the animal, bein seifa, whether in the case of the seifa, de lo yadu, that he did not know that the animal was stolen. That's the main point that comes out from Shmuel over here. That Shmuel holds that if the owner made a counting after the animal was returned, even though the thief did not inform the owner, nevertheless, if he makes the count and the count is a full count, he sees that all the animals are accounted for, so then that will be a patur of the thief. If something happens to that animal afterwards, if it dies or it's stolen by a second thief, he will not be on the hook. Whereas according to Rav, the counting is not an exemption in the Reisha, where the Bailim knew that the animal was stolen by thief number one. That's the machlokes between Rav and Shmuel. In the case of the Reisha, according to Rav, if the counting does not exempt the first thief. According to Shmuel, it exempts the first thief in the Reisha as well as in the Sefer.
Maybe if I ask the question anyway, it might be applicable. I don't know. The question is, if the owner knew it was stolen, and he counted, and then he said that, oh, that's complete. Does that mean it's complete because he knew one was stolen? So he had 9 instead of 10. So that's complete. 9 is complete.
Oh, complete means that all of his animals are there. There's no animal that's not accounted for. What's the question?
Yeah, he knows one is stolen, so it's not there. Therefore, what he's got is complete.
No, not at all. No, complete means that all the animals are there. All the animals that he owns are there. That means that the stolen animal is there.
Okay, yeah, all right. So complete is all that he had from the beginning.
All that he had from the beginning, right?
Okay.
Because remember, according to Shmuel, right when the Goslin steals the animal, he has to make a return of the animal, right?
Mm-hmm.
And not only does he have to make a return of the animal, but there has to be some knowledge on the part of the owner that the animal has been returned.
Right.
Now, according to Rav, it's not enough that he makes a count and he finds out that all of his animals are there and they've been but he needs if he knew that the animal was stolen, then the thief needs to inform him. He needs to be informed that that stolen animal that he knew was stolen has now been returned. It's not enough that simply he finds out as a result of making a count of the animals that all the animals are there, even the one that was stolen. That's not good enough to be a return according to Rav. In the case of a person that stole an animal that the owner knew that the animal was stolen. But according to Shmuel, Shmuel says, no, it's good enough. It's good enough. As long as the owner now knows that all the animals are there, so that's called that he knows that the animal has been returned, and that will qualify as a proper return of the animal. And therefore, if the animal dies or is stolen after that, the thief will not be responsible according to the first thief, will not be responsible according to Shmuel. But according to Rav, this that he made the return and the animal is in the flock, he's got all of his animals, even if you make a counting, and he sees that all the animals are there. He sees that the guy has made a return of the animal. That's not good enough, according to Rav. The owner has to be informed by the thief or by his agent that the animal that was stolen is being returned. Only like that has he done what he needs to do in order to get himself off the hook and get himself out of being liable for something that happens to the animal. Because once a Ganav or a Goslin steals an animal, he's got strict liability. Anything that happens to that animal, he's liable for it. He can't say, "Oh, a lightning bolt came and reduced him to ashes. It wasn't my fault." He's on the hook. He's got to pay for that. So in order to get himself out of that strict liability as a result of being a Ganav or a Goslin, he's got to make a hashava that the Torah regards as being a return of the animal. And that's the machlokes over here between Rav and Shmuel. Okay. Now we got a third opinion over here of how to explain the Mishnah. Or Rabbi Yochanan Omer.
A third option, Rabbi Yochanan Omer, and Rabbi Yochanan says, L'da'as, if the article was stolen with the owner's awareness, minyan pata, his counting of his possessions exempt the thief from liability. Shelo l'da'as, if it was stolen without the awareness, philos minyan, normi lo tzorich, even counting is not necessary.
Oh, wow.
Kotone umor no es hatzon vahi shalemor. And according to this approach, when the Mishnah states, and he counted the flock and found it was complete, the thief is exempt. Our Shaw refers to the first clause.
Wow. Okay, so Rabbi Yochanan is arguing further. He's putting even less responsibility on the Goslin.
Thief, right.
Okay, we got a Rashi over here to read for Rabbi Yochanan. Lou, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
You'd like to read Rabbi Yochanan Omer. It's 4 lines from the bottom of the page.
Okay, let's see. Rabbi Yochanan Omer. Rabbi Yochanan says the das with awareness. That is the owner. The owner is aware of what happened. Minayin poter. His counting
Minion.
exempts him.
Yeah,
What?
Minion poter.
Minion. What did I say? I said monayin. Minion poter. Shalo ladas. Without awareness.
The owner didn't even know they was stolen.
Afilu minyan nami lo tarich. Even counting also is not necessary.
Right.
Vichi ketane lemanu es haton vihi shil shalishma. And when the Mishnah says, or the Mishnah teaches, it's the same thing. Let's see. Without awareness, even counting is not necessary. And when the Mishnah states, and he counted the flock and found that it was complete, Aresha, it refers to the first clause. I thought that was the second clause. I'm confused now.
According to Rabbi Yochanan disagrees with both Rav and Shmuel. There's a 3-way machlokes over here. What do these words? And he made a counting, and that exempts the Ganev. What are those words? Where are they going on in the Mishnah? Are they going on the Reisha? They're going on the Seifa? On both cases, what is it? According to Shmuel, it's going on both Reisha and Seifa. According to Rav, it's only going on the Seifa. According to Rav Yochanan, it's going only on the Reisha. 3-way machlokes. Okay, let's continue with the Rashi. That was just the Dibra Maskil, actually. For some reason, they got very long Dibra Maskils over here. Don't know why.
You want me to read or Phil to read the Rashi?
Yeah, you could continue. Phil already read along Rashi from Shmuel, so you're going to read the Rashi of Rabbi Yochanan.
Okay, so let's see if I can find it.
4 lines from the bottom. Ba'achri Ketani is where the Rashi's words begin.
Okay, so yeah, Rabbi Yochanan Omer. Wow, that's a long Hebrew Moscow. V'hachi Ketani Haganav Tala Dehayinu Yado Yadav Acharei Cain V'hachaziru Chayiv. All right, let's try that. Here, it teaches the thief took that he knew afterwards, and he returned it, he's chayiv.
I see.
Es Ryusan Hechi or Hecha Delo Nami Aval Lo Yadu Ha Balim Be Gan Eve to Uve Chazartu Afilu Ein Nayan O Shema O Shamanu Afilu Ho Yada Patur.
Yeah.
So afterwards, if he didn't count, not if afterwards he didn't count, but he didn't know. I'm sorry, the owner didn't know about the theft. Ubechazarsu. I don't know what that word means.
He returned it. And it was returned. That's a chazar.
Phil, you're very soft.
Oh, and it's returned.
And it's returned. Afilu even ein minayan.
That's minion again.
Minion. He didn't count. Oh, Shemanu. He heard. Afilu. Hoi yada patur. Even if he knew, he's exempt. I don't know. I'm not following this, Rashi.
Okay, let's start the Rashi from the beginning. V'hachi Ketani. This is what it says in the Mishnah according to Rabbi Yochanan. Hagonev tleh. The case of the Reisha where it says he steals a tleh. Dahainu Yadu Acharei Kain. That is to say that that the Bailim knows after the thievery that it was taken. He's aware of that. Ve'achziroi, and even if the thief makes the return of the animal, chayav b'achriyuso, he's going to be chayav that thief and responsible for anything that happens to the animal, even after it's been returned. Hekadolomanu. In the event that the owner never made a minyan and found that the amount of the flock was complete and that the animal had been returned. That's the case where the owner knew that the animal was stolen. So that's the case. That's the only way, and he didn't make a minyan. That's the only way that the Mishnah explains, according to Rabbi Yochanan, that the thief is going to be liable even though he returned the animal. But in the case where, which is the safer case, where the owner did not know neither that the animal was stolen altogether, nor did he know or realize that the animal had been returned and that his flock is actually full now. Afilu ein minyan, even if he doesn't make accounting, he's going to be the thief is going to be putter. He's going to be putter. He's off the hook because he made a return of the animal, and that's enough. There doesn't, according to Rabbi Yochanan, there doesn't need to be any informing at all. Now, these last words over here of Rashi, let's try to work them out. It wasn't clear when you read them what Rashi meant over here. Afilu ein minyan, or shemanu, or he did actually make accounting. Afilu have yediyah, even if there was a yediyah, potter. So those last words of Rashi, I'm not sure what he's referring to over there. He just got through saying that even if he did not make a minyan, so the thief is going to be exempt. I would have thought that would be the end of the Rashi. There's no more need to explain anything else. I'm not sure what he's trying to explain over here.
Well, you and I both agree that we don't understand.
Oshemanu afilu have yediyah.
Oh, this Rashi is hard.
Oshemanu afilu have yediyah. Afilu ein minyan. Oh, even if there was no minyan. Oshemanu, or he made a minyan. Afilu habe yediyah, and he had a yediyah. Putter, not sure. Let me see. One second. Maybe there's a note over here that's going to help us with this curious Rashi over here. Going to let me add there. We yodu abayim begneva v'ekziru aganim lo yediosam v'gam lo monu esatzon umesatle chai bachru yuso. Right? Lo yodu abayim lo begneva v'lo b'chazaroso. If the Bailim did not know, not about the theft, nor about the return of the animal, but lo monu atzon, and he did not count the tzon. Oh, af im yodu habaylim. Or even if he did know about the fact that the animal was stolen, achmonu hatzon, but he did count the tzon, v'haisa shlema potter. Okay, that's the way they're explaining. Okay, very good. Okay, I thought that we took care of that case. These last words of Rashi are that he's now talking about a different case. He's talking about Omanu. He counted the animals. If he counted the animals after the Geneva, he didn't know about the Geneva per se, but he counted the animals after the Geneva, and therefore he knew that there must have been a Gezela. No. 1 second. Even if he did know about the Geneva. Let's say he did know about the Geneva, Akmonu Atzon, and he counted the tzon, but he counted the tzon and he found it was Shalom Potter. Now, I don't know why Rashi needs to say that, because he already implied that earlier on in the Rashi. That's what was confusing. He's not saying anything new over here. Okay. That we already said that. Okay. So basically what comes out according to Rabbi Yochanan is as follows. We have any time? No, we don't have any time. Okay, fine. So that's Rabbi Yochanan, and tomorrow we'll go to Rabbi Chisda. Okay, have a good day, everybody.
Okay, thank you. Good.
All the best. Stay warm.
See you all tomorrow, Matisha.
Bezrat Hashem.
Okay, have a good day, everybody. Thank you, Rob.
Bravo, Vatzlacha.